5 possible reasons kung bakit hanggang ngayon wala ka pa rin trabaho or bakit hanggang ngayon wala ka pa rin dun sa dream job mo. And also, pag-uusapan natin some tips and tricks, in my opinion, based from my experience, kung paano natin malalagpasan yung mga hurdles natin relative to that. Since my experience is more on the corporate side, white-collar corporate, I will not be able to comment about yung mga blue-collar jobs. As for me, I am 32 years old, a certified public accountant, but I am currently working in technology. I am a project manager for a London-based company. Let's get into it. Number 1 would be you just don't have the skills yet. Kung ano man yung dream job mo, kung ano man yung pinapangarap mong trabaho, wala pa talaga yung skill mo doon. This is a knock-knock, a wake-up call sa'yo to enrich yourself. Mag-enroll ka sa mga courses na meron online. Pwede kang manghingi ng training from your current company. There's a lot of contents out there, videos, YouTube. In today's world, libre na yung knowledge almost because everything is at the ends of our fingertips. Isang click mo lang, isang scroll mo lang, pwede mo nang malaman kahit anong bagay. So currently, if wala ka pang trabaho or wala ka pa dun sa dream job mo, maybe it's time for you to look inside, to look into yourself. Ano ba yung meron ako na may offer ko outside? And then kapag na-rate mo na yung sarili mo, be honest with yourself. Meron ba talaga akong ma-offer sa company na gusto kong applyan? Meron ba talaga akong ma-offer sa industry na gusto kong pasukin? Baka naman kasi currently wala pa. Yes, it is painful currently, that is your level, but you just need to be honest with yourself. You need to acknowledge that you are lacking in some ways. And then from that, move forward. Educate yourself, mag-enroll ka, maraming free courses online. If may pera ka kahit konti, there are a lot of paid courses online, quality courses na you can enroll to. Next one would be wala kang LinkedIn. If you are familiar with brands, meron silang sarili-sariling social media pages. FB pages, they have their Instagram pages, sometimes YouTube channels. If you don't have a LinkedIn and you are looking for a job, then you are literally missing on a way to brand yourself. So sa LinkedIn, yun yung place kung saan sobrang daming HR people, sobrang daming recruitment people. Doon sila nakatambay. Doon sila nagpapalipas ng oras. Some of these HR people, and not only HR people, some are part or most are part of the management. The decision makers for a company, the decision makers for a business. If that is the place kung saan sila nakatambay, bakit ikaw na naghahanap ng trabaho, naghahanap ng industry na gusto mong pasukin, bakit wala ka doon? Why don't you join the conversation? As I've said a while ago, we are at our most connected now. People are very, very connected nowadays. So, if you are a job seeker, bakit hindi ka mai-connect sa mga tao to? Libre lang yun. You can always send them a PM. You can ask questions. You can ask tips from them. And I've done this several times. People who are in LinkedIn likes to converse. They want to connect with people. They want to connect with real people. They want to build real connections. So, if naghahanap ka ng trabaho, pumunta ka ng LinkedIn, please update your profile picture. Yung profile picture mo, hindi pwedeng yung display picture mo for Instagram because it is not formal. Again, LinkedIn will be your branding, your corporate branding. Kailangan formal ka, nakasuit ka, you have a collar. Kung hindi naman, maayos, high quality yung picture, nasa formal setting. The background should be plain. Next one would be to update your LinkedIn description. Sa baba ng profile picture mo, merong description doon. Doon mo ilagay yung skills mo. What you can really offer to a company or to an industry. Ano yung maipagmamalaki mo na nagawa mo sa trabaho, roles mo currently sa trabaho, ano yung pinaka-career highlight mo, ano yung mga pagmamalaki mo currently dun sa ginagawa mong trabaho. Next one is to use LinkedIn to actually connect with people, most specifically to business owners and recruiters. So this is a technique that I have used several times before. Dun sa search bar ng LinkedIn, you can type their recruiter, recruitment, HR, human resource. Pagka-enter mo nun, you can just click on people. Once you click on people, lalabas lahat ng suggested connections na may mga ganong title or may mga ganong description. I am adding all of those people, I am following them, adding them into my connection para when you post something, makita nila yung post mo. For example, you are a call center agent and you would want to change career into tech. Tapos lahat ng i-add mo doon would be tech recruiters. And sila yung unang makakita ng post mo. And that would be an advantage already for you. Kasi ang daming HR people na nakakakita ng post mo, they could even reshare it with fellow HR practitioners. Number 3 reason bakit wala ka pa sa dream job mo would be you have a very weak resume. For the resume, there's 2. Number 1 would be the structure and number 2 would be the actual content. Let's go first with structure. Usong-uso ngayon yung mga free templates na nakukuha mo sa Canva. Yes, sobrang gandang tignan, but on my experience, hindi talaga sila nag-work. Most of the professionals I know, and even me personally, Word file lang ako. Doon ka mag-start, maggawa ng resume mo, convert it into PDF or mismong Word file kapag sinabit mo. Number 2 sa structure would be the picture. So this one, marami pa rin school of thoughts. Sometimes maganda din walang picture because you're in a corporate setting, formal setting. Pero sa Pilipinas, on my experience, mas maganda yung may picture. Same tip as the LinkedIn profile picture, dapat corporate, hindi dapat yung mga display picture natin sa Facebook, display picture natin sa Instagram. Next one would be, hindi mo alam kung paano ayusin yung resume mo and hindi mo alam kung ano yung ilalagay mo sa una. Kung ilalagay mo ba yung address mo, kung ilalagay mo ba yung phone number mo, kung ilalagay mo ba yung mga character references. In my experience, character references, tinuturo kasi yan sa school when you create your CV, when you create your resume, pero hindi mo kailangan yun. That's to follow na lang. Pag natanggap ka na, the HR will ask for character references. Ilista mo lang yun. Okay, ito pala. The main purpose of having a structured, concise resume is not to get you a job. The main purpose of a resume is to get as many interviews as possible. It's like an ad you would have for yourself. So, number 3 on our structure is hindi mo alam kung ano ilalagay mo doon, hindi mo alam kung ano yung mga contents na dapat. My advice is have your name and then ikabit mo doon lahat ng titles that you have. Whether you're an engineer, a teacher, a certified public accountant, lagay mo lang doon. Even if hindi related yung title mo dun sa mismong industry or job na ina-applyan mo, that would tell something about you. Means that you have the dedication, the work ethic to get that title, to get that certain certification. Next one is your address. Hindi kailangan complete address. For me, I'm just using my street address. Hindi nakasama yung number ng bahay, then the barangay, and the city where I live in. Next one would be phone numbers. Dapat yung ginagamit mong phone number. Kasi nga, natawagan yan ng HR, ng business owners. Kung hindi nila makontak yan, the moment na tinignan nila yung resume mo and then nagustuhan nila. Ito pala guys, according to studies, most of HR professionals, kasi nga, on a daily basis, they are receiving hundreds, if not thousands of resumes. And on average, just look at a resume for around 6 seconds. Kung hindi nila magustuhan yung resume mo, i-next na nila. Kung hindi siya striking, what will be next after those personal information? Ang turo sa school, at least from my time, is to have a career summary. Hindi na yun useful ngayon. The thing that's useful now is to have your career highlight and career objective dun sa pinakauna, next to the personal information that you have. So, ilalagay mo dun is what are your experiences, what have you been doing. Siyempre, in summary, pagandahin mo. If you want me to create another video specifically focusing on resume writing, please comment down below. After the career highlights and the career objective, display mo doon lahat ng certifications mo, lahat ng titulo na meron ka. Even if it's not related to the job or industry na gusto mong pasukin, okay lang. It tells something about you. Huwag mo naman ilagay yung mga achievement mo sa school na kung experience hire ka. Pero if you're a fresh graduate, pwede mong ilagay. Next one, of course, your actual experiences na job title, company, what did you do. For this part, maraming naglalagay ng job description. You can use some of those pero not all. The most effective description would be quantifiable description, yung may numbers. What are the actual numbers na na-generate mo for the company? Nakatipid ba ng man hours yung company because of a certain process that you did? Nakatipid ba ng man hours yung company because sobrang bilis and sobrang galing mo magtrabaho? Ano yung mga achievements mo sa office? Ilagay mo doon lahat. The most effective CV would be around 2 pages only, 2 to 3. mahaba na yun. Nowadays, they don't want to hire people which are one-dimensional. You need to be an expert. For example, accountant ka. Pero if you have an experience on, for example, people management, it would also be good to put into your resume. Fourth reason bakit wala ka pa sa dream job mo, wala ka pa dun sa dream industry mo would be you don't prepare for your interview. An interview is actually the final stage of you selling yourself to the company. If kaya mong ibenta effectively yung sarili mo through an interview, for sure, you will have the job. Most people don't prepare for their interviews. Usually, kapag sinasabi ng interviewers, tell me something about yourself. What we do is that, especially for those who are hindi pa masyadong maraming experience, nililista natin yung mga trabaho na from the day na nag-graduate tayo, tapos yung first job natin, second job natin, maybe a few description on what you were doing for those jobs. Pero hindi kasi yun yung pinaka-point ng tell me about yourself. Tell me about yourself, a summary of the highlight of your career. Pagandahin mo, put it into 2 to 5 sentences. And then what's your objective? Bakit gusto mo yung trabaho na ina-apply? Ang dami kong kakilala because I came from a consulting company also. The way we do is, employed kami sa company, but then again, inside the company, when we do interview, kami mismo yung ini-interview by the different clients that EY has. So, if hindi mo ma-close yung clients na yun, they don't want you as their consultant, hindi ka nila kukunin. Maybe kukunin nila yung teammates mo. Maybe kukunin nila sa other departments. And what's worse, minsan, they will get from other companies. Kasi nga hindi ka magaling sa interview mo, you can't sell yourself. And of course, that would affect your performance. So, ang dami mga kilala before, they don't actually prepare for the interview. Wala sila template kung paano sagutin. They just gather their thoughts on the fly. And hindi yun mag-work if you are like me na laging kinakabahan. Hindi masyadong magaling mag-English. And may moments na ang bagal ko mag-gather yung thoughts ko. So, ang gawin mo, for interviews naman, halos pare-pareho lang yung questions. Nang halos lahat ng nag-i-interview, what are your weaknesses? What are your strengths? Tell me something about yourself. What are the hardest situations that you've been in? Paano mo sila nalagpasan? So, on a piece of paper or sa laptop mo, sulat mo, kung ano yung isasagot mo doon. Isulat mo na in advance kung ano yung mga sagot mo sa mga tanong na yun. Para kapag tinanong yun, ang mahalaga, hindi mo kailangang i-memorize yung sagot mo because that would be unnatural. May structure lang ba sa isip mo? For example, you were asked, what was the hardest situation that you were able to manage? Paano mo sasagutin yun? And for this one, you need to use a certain template para malinaw yung pag-relate mo yung situations na yun. From my experience, I am using the STAR method. STAR meaning the situation, the task as a result of that situation, and then my relative action. And of course, the results. So yun, ganun magbenta ng sarili. You need to be structured. You need to practice. You face the mirror. You face your cell phone camera. Record yourself. And then, as you practice, mapapansin mo parang dumadali na i-gather yung thoughts ko. Parang dumadali na sundan yung pattern na to. And then, hindi ka mabablanko, of course. Pag tinanong ka na, ano ba yun? Ano nga yun? Hindi na. Kasi meron ka na sagot sa ulo mo. That's how you nail your interview. So, number 5, bakit wala ka pang work till now or wala ka pa sa industry na gusto mo is that masyado kang mapili sa trabaho. If you are applying, try to apply to as many job postings as possible. Kasi hindi tayo all-knowing. Hindi natin alam lahat ng pwedeng i-offer ng kung anumang industry. And if you are like me who wants or loves to learn about a lot of things, then if you may apply to as many jobs as you can. So this method worked for me. Marami kasi sa atin namimili. For example, you are an accountant. All accountants dream of being CFOs, controllers, CEOs, partners, senior accountants, senior managers. Yun lang yung mga alam kong trabaho before. I told you I am originally a certified public accountant. I don't have experience. I don't even have the knowledge about different industries. Yun lang yung mundong ginagawa ko. Sa job ko previously as municipal accountant, I'm already a head accountant din. Gobyerno kasi yun, so ayoko na. So ang gusto ko, maghanap ulit ng job dito sa Manila. So, ang ginawa ko, nag-apply lang ako, nag-apply, basta okay yung sweldo. And then, I check the job description. Positive framing pa ako pag naghahanap ng trabaho. This is my experience. Inalagay ko sa isang box. And this is the job description. May connect ba? Kung may connect kahit konti, ina-applyan ko. Because I don't want to limit myself and I don't want to limit yung mga opportunities na pwede kong makuha. Kapag nasa trabaho ka na, perform at your best. Don't disappoint yung people na nagtiwala sa'yo during the interview process. Learn hardcore kapag nakuha mo na yung job. Going back to the main topic. Apply ka lang na apply kasi you don't know what the world has to offer sa'yo. And then as soon as you receive a call from an HR, get the name of the company, get the industry, study hardcore before your preliminary interview. Just to summarize, branding ng sarili mo. Pagandahin mo yung LinkedIn mo. Pagandahin mo yung JobStreet profile mo. Pagandahin mo yung FoundKit or Monster profile mo. Whatever site you use, pagandahin mo yung profile mo. Number 2, have a superstar resume. A well-structured, very concise resume. Number 3, apply to as many jobs as you can. Don't limit yourself. You don't know what the world has to offer. Number 4 is prepare for your interview. Dapat may templates ka, mag-memorize ka ng linya mo, practicein mo, marap ka sa salamin. Number 5 is have the skills, have the actual skills. Important before you get the job, but most importantly kapag andun ka na sa job. Prove yourself. Don't waste the trust that was given to you by the interviewers, by the business owners, by the business decision makers. Yun lang for today's video. Comment down below kung may mga gusto ba kayong video na makita. Bye guys!